following show contains adult content. It's not our intent to offend anyone, but we want to inform you that if you are a child under the age of 18 or get offended easily, this next show may not be for you. The content, opinions, and subject matter of these shows are solely the choice of your show hosts and their guests, and not those of the Entertainment Network or any affiliated stations. Any comments or inquiries should be directed to those show hosts. Thank you for listening.
Sitting down and designing, where every man them are thinking, what are we gonna be wearing? Yo, I'm a Liverpool MC, you can't trust me, big up the girls inside the party. Let's get down to crazy Jimmy, big up myself and known as Alfie, the one and only, the Turkish MC.
Always love the clothes of Jimmy.
British, punk, yo, what I wanna be, Jimmy Star, new celebrity.
We'll take you out to Jimmy Stars. He'll dress.
Hello. What's up, everybody? Welcome to the Jimmy Star Show with Ron Russell, bringing you the good times in music, fashion, pop culture, and entertainment. Hope everybody had a great new year. We're going to have a lot of fun today. I'm super looking forward to today's show. Before we get started, let's say hi to everybody. Starting off with our cool, outrageous man about town co-host, Mr. Ron Russell.
Well, it's the new year, and the opening song says Crazy Jimmy. Well, that could be dubbed over with Crazy Ronnie. You know, I'd like to be named in the opening song. I am on this show for like 1,000 years, and I am a critical part of this show, so people say.
So you got to get Ozzy to make a new one.
No, just dub it in. Where the Jimmy is, we'll edit that out on the voice code. You go on the machine here, it goes where voice is, you blank it, and then you simply replace it with Ronnie. Crazy Ronnie, that's more befitting. No,
I don't know how to do that, but if you can do it, that's good.
Well,
you got to do some of these things.
There's no business like show business, and Jimmy doesn't know about the business. Anyway, hello everybody, Happy New Year.
She says our hair looks great. Our
Whose
hair's
hair?
On both of us.
No, I just washed mine, and it has a mind of its own. You know, all my life my teachers in school, when I was in elementary school, a young boy, used to put me like on parole or something. They did bad. They would call my parents and say, your son never combs his hair. He is not well groomed. So on my report card, when they had well groomed, they had needs to comb hair. So being an 8-year-old little big mouth, I said to the teacher, hey, listen, twat, get over here. I want to show you something. And she came over. Of course, I didn't call her a twat. I called her a snatch. But anyway, no, I called her whatever her name. Mrs. Harrington was her name. She was a real bitch. Anyway, I showed her. I wet my hair with the comb and I combed it. She said, now, Rolando, because that's my real name, you look like a groomed boy, and this is how you must always wear your hair. Well, 20 minutes later, it looked like this. She said, what happened? I said, my hair has a mind of its own. It goes where it wants. When it dries, it says, screw you, Ron. I want to be this way. And that's how so all my life, I have never had groomed or combed hair.
So we want to give some.
That's a very boring story, but it fills time.
I want to give some shout outs. So what's up,
Wait, before you do shout outs, I have some messages to say.
Okay.
I'm very upset with the Pope because he said that people that adopt pets are selfish, that we should adopt children. And I wrote back, our pets are our children, and the Pope should mind his business and not tell people what to do. He's there to preach about Jesus, not about who should have children and who should not. I am sick and tired of this country and this world telling us what to do and what not to do. We are losing our freedom of thought. These people are putting thoughts in our head by saying you must do. And that's very, very like commie talk. You know, the commies do that. That's all I want to say.
All right. What's up, chat room? First, I want to say hi to Stefan Bell, who's trying to get in the chat room, but it won't let him in. I don't know why.
Stefan Bell is always trying to get in. The poor guy never gets in.
So he's in there. So say Happy New Year, Stefan. We got people in the chat room. What's up? We've got B. Claudia in Germany, Teresa Saban, who's in Florida, Boomer Mays, who said that's right. Hold on.
Yeah, people have to stop telling us don't have kids, don't have dogs, wear a mask, don't wear a mask. The virus is bullshit. The virus is real. The president is wonderful. The president stinks. I mean, everybody's got these opinions. Jesus Christ. Keep them to yourself.
We want to also give a shout out. Diane is in the chat room, and I think Courtney. I think I saw Courtney in the chat room, but she's gone.
Courtney's. She's a gone girl. I'm in a good mood. Well, I wanted to talk about my little
Backpack John is in the chat room. What's up, you guys? Happy New Year.
I have to talk about this fabulous shirt jack I have on. This is a shirt jacket. I found it in Macy's. Originally, it was $55, which I thought the fabric is like pajama fabric. They got to be kidding. But it was on sale for $15.99. So yours truly snapped it up quickly and bought it. And I love it. It's cozy, it's comfortable, and it's warm. And I think it's got a great look to it, a different look. So I have it. But if you go to Macy's, I don't think there are any more left because they're in Palm Springs, because there was only one more left. And that was an extra large, I believe. Or this is an extra large.
Backpack John said NASA hired 24 theologians. I don't know what that. He said, tell Ron. I don't know really what that means.
Theologians. Yeah, theologians are like bullshit artists. I think, isn't that what a
a theologian is like I thought that's like a God person.
Yeah,
theology.
That's what I said, bullshit artists. Okay. I know what a theologian is. Now they're going to go out in outer space to find God.
They like all our hair though, so that's good. So I'm letting my hair grow, you guys. Ron likes it better longer, so
he should grow it into a long. He should wear a big wing wave on one side and one behind the ear with long rhinestone earrings. He can impersonate Marilyn Monroe with a beard.
Yeah. So you guys, we had a very fun New Year's Eve. We went to Sue Wong's house for New Year's Eve, and it was a lot of fun with a lot of friends. We met a lot of new friends, and there was a lot of old friends, and it was just a great time.
About 170 people in that living room. Could you believe that living room is 60 by 40, and she had almost 200 people in that living room and in the solarian, which is adjacent to the living room. I love her house. I love her. I love her lifestyle, and I love the fact that she allows us in to enjoy her lifestyle. Because she's worth a lot of money. I'm not.
Actually, I had a bunch of people who helped and volunteered. Diane Repetto is in the chat room. She's one of them, and she was there. And we had Joe Kelly from Clown Motel, and we had Dave Bailey and Courtney and Twyla, who's always in the chat room. You guys was helping us, and Ted.
This was a sneaky way to get them in.
And Ted was in the chat room, and Mike Ferguson was there.
The invitation was only 200 of her closest friends. And, of course, she doesn't know these people. These are people that we like and know and work with. So that was a good way of getting them in the party.
So it was fun. And also, so who was there? So Sasha Stone was there.
Who I said, are you gay? And he looked at me, he said, no. I said, well, you look like a fag. Look how you dress. You come to a formal black tie event like this. I had no idea who he was. I just thought he was some riffraff that wandered in. Turns out he was Sasha, who's a big shot, and Sue adores him. But he laughed and he loved my honesty. And he said, listen, I just flew in from Bali and I don't have clothes. I said, well, this right down the road, there's a couple of stores you could go to.
We also had a girl named Brandy. I don't want to leave her out since I got everybody else in there.
Who's Brandy?
Brandy helped us.
Okay.
At the show.
Brandy helped us.
And also, you guys, so we were there with Pittman, what's his name?
And John Barrymore's son came. That's Drew Barrymore's brother. He's very pleasant. His girlfriend was nicer. And then, let's see, the actors we had that were there. A couple of big ones.
We had Young Zuck, was a cool hip hop artist that I met, along with
and Billy Zane.
Billy Zane was there.
Who had a mask on and wouldn't talk to anybody.
Our guests that are coming on now.
Billy Zane's not very friendly anyway.
Our guests that are coming on right now, that'll be on in a few minutes,
This
Richie Rich and Mr.
creature.
D. They're like the greatest people you'll ever meet.
Richie Rich is totally an insane creature, and I adore him.
And Larry Namer was there, you guys. And Larry Namer's working with Richie Rich and
Frank,
Mr. D.
I can't remember Frank's last name, but he's the handsome guy I'm in pictures with. And you've seen him on television and in all kinds of film. And then who else? There were so many other celebrities there. I don't remember who. But they were there. They were floating around. They came in. They went out. It was a lovely party. It was very reminiscent of the parties I used to go to 40 years ago in old Hollywood, when the great legends had those parties.
Scott Page was there.
Yeah.
I have to look at the pictures, actually.
Yeah, it was a whole bunch of people. Go on Facebook, and if you're interested.
Diane Repetto says, oh my God, I love Richie Rich. Richie Rich is very cool.
He's demented. He needs help. I need to help him. I can't wait to take him to all the gay bars when he comes to Palm Springs to show him off. I love him. He is absolutely insane, but I love him.
It's so much fun. So let me
can't
do
wait for him to
a
come on.
quick
We're
ad
gonna have
thing.
a lot of fun with him.
So you guys, you can listen to the Jimmy Star Show on here's our biggest platforms: iHeartRadio, Apple Podcasts, iTunes, Spotify, Amazon Music, YouTube, Google Podcasts, Radio Public, TuneIn, Pandora, Amazon Prime, and SoundCloud. We're on about 140 more, but those
right.
are the biggest ones. And
If we had to mention all of them, the show would only be about us, and it's not about us. It's about those that come on our show.
and well, we want to just
So wait a minute. Nobody in the chat room's commenting on my shirt, Jack. I love it.
They all said it looks great.
No, look
especially
at the
for
print.
$15.99.
It's like an Indian print, like a American, Native American. They don't call them Indians anymore. That bullshit changed too. How about Sex in the City? Is that stupid? When she has to she can no longer refer to her transsexual daughter as she. Now she's called there or they. What the fuck are they nuts? I mean, I have a hard time understanding as it is. So now when they say they are coming, I'll say, who are they? Well, Mary or Mary and who else? Just Mary. So why are you saying they? They means two, not one. I mean, that's how I was taught. Anyway, these young jerks that are so politically correct and so easily offended by everything should grow up. You know what? If we were at war and they were put in the military, they wouldn't be doing this bullshit because the military would knock all that nonsense out of their brain and make them realize that we are in serious trouble economically as well as politically. And we need change and we need intelligence. We don't need them, they, and her and she and your sister's ass. We don't need that crap. Don't complicate things. We have this virus.
They said it's hard. It keeps changing. It's hard to keep up.
Right. The virus keeps changing and that's hard to keep up with. And we have enough on our plate without doing this nonsense about everybody's so offended. In my days, you could call anybody whatever you wanted. Nobody gave a shit. We used to laugh at it. I mean, people would say like, oh, that fag down the road. And I never got offended. Now I'm not even allowed to say fag, but I say fag anyway because I don't give a shit.
All right, we're going to bring in Richie. And
Richie!
Mr. D, we're gonna bring them both in. It looks like they're like here, so let's bring them in and see if we can hear them, and then I'll do a nice introduction for them. Hello.
Hey,
Hello,
superstars,
hello.
Jimmy Starr and Ron Russell. How are you doing today?
Hi, Queens.
Fantastic. Hi.
Boom.
There he is. There he is, my new love.
I love it. All right, you
I
guys.
love both of you. Oh my gosh, you like made our New Year's.
Yay, that's how. What happened? Mr. D just left.
Richie, I think you have to be committed as soon as possible. But
Well,
you know what?
I came from a
No,
glitter factory, so if they send me back there, I'm fine.
No, listen, if they put you away in a nut house, I'd be the first one to get you out.
Oh
I
baby,
love
we'll
you.
have so much.
Yes.
We'll go,
Thank
I
you,
love
Ron.
and we'll end up at the Abbey together and have a blast.
I can't wait to take you to the gay bars in Palm Springs and show you.
Oh my
off.
God. I just heard you before you introed us, and thank you for that. One of our best friends, Diana Coney, she just moved to Palm Springs and she manages all the drag race girls. So we need to go with you and we all have to kiki together. She's gonna love you.
It'll love it. So hold on, let me
Oh,
do
I
a,
know-
let me
I know
do a real
most. I
introduction.
know most. Shut your fucking mouth before I put this mic.
No,
up
we're
your
gonna do it.
ass.
We're gonna do a real introduction.
I
now.
like to beat the shit out
All
of
right,
him on this
everybody.
show.
Now we want
Wait, it's time to fight. People love it when we fight. So every week I give them a little fight and I make nicknames for him, like Queenessa or Mary LaFera. I have all these names for him.
Okay, but let me do an introduction.
Today I'm going to call you Obnoxia.
Okay, that's fine. I
Obnoxia,
can be
the
obnoxious.
obnoxious fucking fag.
All right, everybody. So now we want to welcome to the Jimmy Star Show with Ron Russell, two incredibly huge
Yes.
icons in the world of fashion
Yes.
and beauty. We
One
want to
is normal, one is nuts.
no, they're both nuts actually.
Okay?
So we want.
I
Wait,
don't
you didn't
know.
let me finish the introduction.
No, because you're boring. Nobody
No,
wants to
stop. I got to do it. All right, everybody. Now we want to welcome to the Jimmy Star Show with Ron Russell, two incredibly huge fashion icons in the world, Richie Rich and Mr. D. Hello and welcome to the show.
Hey.
Hi.
Everybody out there in the Jimmy Star Show, so great to be
Yeah.
here today. We are so flattered, aren't we, Richie?
So before
Oh my
we-
God.
Now listen.
And
you
Ron, Jimmy and Ron, you're everything. We love you.
Everything.
Thank you for having
Thank
us.
you.
Oh, thank you, sweetie.
And to everybody out there, thank you for being here with us. Oh my God, we're so excited.
So we have a chat room
Only
full of
5 million people
Say
are
hi,
watching.
say hi to the
Wow.
chat room. Say hi to everybody in the chat room.
Hi, everybody in the chat room. I mean, we want to kiki and chat with you right now, and write your comments and say hey. And we're here. We're actually all here in Hollywood, which is amazing. Like we're usually in New York as well.
So before, I have two people you have to give special shout outs to. The first one who sent me an email saying, "Oh my gosh, you have Richie Rich and Mr. D," and she sent me all these press clippings on you guys, and she's a huge Adam Lambert fan, and you guys know Adam Lambert, which makes it a big thing for her.
Yeah.
Her name is B. Claudia, and she's in Germany, and she's like been advertising that you're coming on the show all of us.
We love Germany.
Say hi to B.
I was
Claudia
just in Germany in July. Hi, B. Claudia. We love you. Boom,
There you go.
boom.
That'll keep her going forever. And then we have our champagne girl, Diane, from Sue Wong's party that you guys took over the champagne bar in there, saying how great you guys are. So say hi to Diane.
All right, Diane, we love you.
Diane.
And I am
Shout out to
making you
Diane.
one of the hats. I wore this hat, if you recall, both of you and all of you. And she wanted that hat, so I am making you one, Diane.
Oh, there we go. And
What a fabulous way to start the new year, wasn't it? Ron, we know
Oh
was having
my
a blast.
gosh.
Jimmy, you were just absolutely spectacular. And we had such a great time at home.
Absolutely.
I had a good time because I saw a lot of people that I don't usually see often. So for me, it was like just nice to know that they're well, they're happy, they're together. And most of them were old bags, like me. They were not kids. So when you meet the old bags, you say to yourself, thank God this one's still around. Because I've lost everybody that I know, Jane Russell, Mr. Blackwell. I mean, they're all of them are gone now, the great legends of Hollywood. So the few that are left, I'm so happy to see. So that was my reward of the new year.
So
you won't understand that yet until you're my age.
And I must say, earlier you commented about what you're wearing. I love your shirt, and I loved your blazer on New Year's Eve, the brocade, the
wasn't
burgundy.
that
I
nice?
believe.
Yeah, he loves
That was major.
Well, I wore that for Sue because it matched the colors in her living room, and it had it had an Oriental flavor to it. And that's why I wore it.
So real quick, you guys, we're going to talk about your new venture and everything as we talk about things, but I'm going to do some bragging for you guys. So anybody who doesn't know who you are will know. So we're going to start out with Mr. D. And basically, you guys, this guy is the pioneer of fashion branding. He put fashion entertainment on the map before anybody. His best known credits are he did the supermodel breakthrough special with the Victoria's Secrets models, NARS, which I have a really good friend who used to be like in charge of NARS. I forgot his name though because it's been a long time, but you did their cosmetic debut. He's done pop concert extravaganzas for Versace. You guys remember the day when when everybody who was anybody had Ed Hardy on it? The reason you know about Ed Hardy is because of this guy right here. He's worked with Kate Moss, Linda Evangelista, John Bon Jovi, Naomi Campbell, David Stewart, Mark Anthony, Elton John, Tony Hawk, Snoop Dogg, Madonna, and many more.
I was his #1 underwear model last year.
Yes.
Yes, Ron.
I was. We got a big pillow from the sofa and we put it in my underwear, and that's why I got so many likes.
That's how you do it.
So then you guys, Richie Rich, whose motto is everybody is a star, legendary fashion designer, club kid, pop culture star, style idol and icon. I was a big fan of Heatherette. So you guys, he had a clothing line, Heatherette, with Travis Reigns. All his fashion shows would always kick off Fashion Week from New York to Tokyo. Celebrities that have been in his clothes: Paris Hilton, Miley Cyrus, Naomi Campbell, Pink, Fergie. He had stores in LA and New York. He also had the House of Richie Rich for collaborations. Ellen DeGeneres, Dita Von Teese, Pamela Anderson featured on the runway. He's been on America's Next Top Model, Project One runway, and in 2019 he was inducted into the New York Metropolitan Museum of Art.
Yeah,
for an award-winning dress.
Now tell me that bitch ain't going places.
Aw, sweet. That was so sweet of you. Thank you, boo.
It's like it's fabulous.
So being such a big shot, are you conceited? If you meet a sharp guy and you go over, do you throw your resume at him, or do you just look at him and say, "I'm good in bed"?
Well, first of all, I can only speak for myself, but I go to a New Year's party and I ran back into both of you, and we all bartended together. We popped all the corks for midnight. So that's how you do life, right? Hello.
That's right.
You've avoided my question.
No, he's first of all.
Well, no, I'm saying like,
well,
oh God,
are,
I'm
you are
I'm
gay.
just fun.
I think though that you
Oh,
are.
yeah.
You are.
My
gay.
middle name is Fun, so I mean that's called popping.
No, I think I can answer for Richie in that any room he walks into, even any street he walks down. We were on Fairfax the other day. We were walking down Sunset Plaza area. They walk up to Richie, they run up to Richie, and they all know who he is already. And that's what's so
Absolutely,
spectacular
because
about
he
Richie. I mean that sincerely.
he does it with such honesty, and that's what I
Yeah.
found. I found
Yeah.
him to be an honest, way out guy, not a fraud. You know, a lot of people do that to hide behind an inferiority complex. They're really shit, and they doll up like that to look like somebody. But this guy, even naked, is somebody. So they've told me, many men.
Yeah, and Richie has rewritten the rules of fashion, and he spells it his own way, and it's a big FUN, and that's what it is.
Yeah.
It's all about fun.
Richie, when are you
And
coming?
Diana-
Wait, shut up for a minute. When are you coming to Palm Springs?
Oh my God, we are so coming. Can we do like a fun beauty queen, which we'll get into later? A fun beauty queen, like some kind of party, and then just kiki at your favorite places, your spots there. We'll come like soon. We're here, so like
It's very hard to get a party going in Palm Springs because everybody has to come in from LA. And a lot of people are working.
Oh, I don't even care if it's a party for like 5 of us. Like that, to me, that's a fun party too.
It'll be well. I could take you to the nursing home and the senior citizen places, and I'm sure we can entertain them.
I just watched the documentary on
if they wake
up.
up.
And Frank Sinatra, like how he that was his like hideaway in Palm Springs,
Right.
and like, oh my God, so cool.
They really made Palm Springs look good. It's changed. It looks like LA now.
Right.
Well, what are you going to do? You know, things changed. I've changed.
Yeah, we also went over to the Sportsman Lodge. We were shooting an episode over there at the Sportsman Lodge, which now is turning into a shopping mall, which there's a lot of history there with Sinatra supposedly playing there and Dean Martin, an amazing, iconic location in Los Angeles.
Well, what's pissing me off is that wonderful restaurant that they kept original from 1953 at the Duke. What is it called? I can't think of it. It's right on 111. Oh my God. Frank Sinatra used to tell the owner, I'm coming in with friends. Don't let public in. He held it always for his gang of friends. And the friends were Peter Lawford, Marilyn Monroe, the Kennedys. I mean, these are the people. Oh, yeah, these are the people that Frank knew, mafioso also. But that restaurant now, I understand, is closed. And I'm really pissed because it is an absolute landmark. The problem with America is we are a disposable country. In Europe, they have a history that goes back thousands of years. They don't knock down the Colosseum to put up an arena. We have that tendency to do that. And I really wish that people in California would respect Hollywood and what Hollywood was in. Am I getting boring? Yes, I am.
But I totally, we agree though with you. I mean, of course.
Totally.
I mean, and you know what?
That's what Hollywood's about.
Well, wait, the food was fucking delicious. It wasn't even shitty food. It was like German, Swedish, delicious. I mean, and the restaurant had all this junk on the wall, all tchotchkes, momentums. You walked in, as you were eating, it was a beauty. I really wish they would keep it open.
So, Mr. D, Diane in the chat room says she still has her Ed Hardy, and I don't know if you guys remember, but Brandy was another one of my helpers, and Brandy just joined us for the task. So say hi to Brandy because she was with us.
Hi, Brandy, love. You were so sweet. Boom, boom.
So I have to say, for many years, I was a clothing designer, and Richie, I would follow everything that you did as Heatherette. I followed everything because I thought, how cool. I only made one-of-a-kind clothes, and I dressed Elton John and Madonna and all kinds of people in.
I know when I saw you at Sue's, I was so excited you were there. I know I'm a fan. Hello.
And I thought when I saw you though, I was like, I wonder if Richie Rich is going to be still be really cool. And so I want to say, first of all, I'm super glad that you're still cool as fuck. And
but I've met you before the party.
Yes, in New York.
Yeah, I know.
Yes,
definitely.
And then
that's what I was saying earlier. It was so nice to see both of you again.
Yeah, I remember you. Absolutely.
And also,
you were you made me so happy. I was like, boom.
I'm supposed to say hi from Eileen Shapiro too. She's my business partner.
I love Eileen.
So say
hi, Eileen. Hello, Eileen Shapiro.
Happy glitter year, Eileen. Come on, Eileen.
Yeah, he used to hang out at the bunkhouse when she owned it.
You know Eileen. She's the one with the enormous tits.
Oh, we know Eileen, baby. I love her.
I know Eileen from the bunkhouse when she had short white blonde hair. That's how many years ago I met her.
Oh, Eileen, you're coming to Palm Springs. Hello.
Yeah,
let's start the guest list.
If they have the Grammy party, she's coming in. If they're supposedly now canceling the Grammys,
they're postponing
it, so we don't know. Because I was looking so forward to going. Were you going to the Grammys party?
It was a different one.
I always love the Grammys. The Grammys have always been so crazy because, in New York, where I usually start Fashion Weeks, we're always dressing somebody for the Grammys, but it's always the night before Fashion Week starts. It's always the biggest fashion potpourri, wow, you basically the energy is alive. It's so cool.
I love it.
I like the Grammys in New York. I just think it brings, but it's very LA too. I don't know, I like both. Yeah.
Well, the Grammy party that we went to at the Roosevelt Hotel was wonderful.
I mean, the Roosevelt's
it was
amazing.
it was the main ballroom that all the movie stars of the 1930s and 40s used to go to as a nightclub. So that was like the haunting of the great legends, Clark Gable, Jean Harlow, Marilyn Monroe. Supposedly her ghost is still in that room. But I found that to be exciting because it was all Hollywood. But I've never been to one in New York.
So Mr. D, how did you two guys actually meet? How did you two meet?
Did you fall in love?
Wow, that's a good question. Absolutely. It's funny. I think we met backstage at a Versace fashion show in Manhattan, where Versace was just coming to New York and doing his thing. And Richie and I were, the youngest ones there, and we noticed each other. And he just was wearing this most extravagant, amazing outfit with the glitter pants and the metallic, sparkly silk blouse. And we just started talking, and we've been best friends ever since that moment. It was at that Versace show, I think. Yeah, we had a blast, and we still are having a blast, and more to come.
So where are you showing your goods now? Are you manufacturing?
No, we're going to talk about it. No, because Ron doesn't know what it is because he never researches anything. But
No,
I have been. I signed up for the site this
hang on.
morning.
We are. But Richie would answer that. Richie would say his goods are right here on your airwaves.
Yeah, baby.
I like
right there. You're looking at it.
I don't like rehearsed questions because it stinks. I don't know anything about most people, and I like to find out. And
I like that better too.
Well,
Because backstage, not to cut you out, but backstage in fashion weeks, people, the only thing they could ever ask my friends and I were, "What's your inspiration?" I'm like, "Can't you come up with something else?" Like I don't know, even and I always said and it's true. I made this collection one time, and I was like, it's kind of writer's block, and it all comes to you. And I'm walking down the street on a rainy day in New York, and there was like a puddle, and I saw a rainbow in it because the oil, I guess, got in there, and I was like, it inspired a whole fabric collection, and that was the inspiration. But it's like, just to ask what's your inspiration, it's almost like they have no life to them when they ask that stuff.
Well, you know what it is. They really don't. They really don't have great personalities. I'm going to brag. I have a great personality. You don't know me. I'm a Gemini. I'm off the wall. I'm crazier than both of you put together. So when
I love you at the party because you say what's on your mind. You're like
well, that's why I don't rehearse. I don't like, even if I'm in a movie, I don't like to rehearse. I like
I'm the worst
I like it fresh and real. So anything I say, forgive me, I just say it.
It's in the moment.
It's in the moment.
It's in the moment.
But
So
I think you two are terrific. So I've nothing.
going off script is always
negative.
best.
But again, a question: are either one of you manufacturing? Because our people would like maybe to buy some of your goodies. So what are you pushing? What are you selling? Anything?
Well, right now we're manufacturing something that really can't be made in a synthetic. It's completely organic, and it's called Fabulosity. And there's no one bigger in fabulousness than Richie Rich. And we're privileged and honored, not just to be here to talk about it for the first time, since we started around 48 hours ago and went up with beautyqueen.com, but to have Richie at the front of it and the back of it and every which way around it is just spectacular for not just his fans, but a whole new set of young teens and tweens and dreams that are going to be watching our live streams.
Direct me. I tell you that.
And
fucking direct me. I'm going to punch you in the face.
Well, let him finish talking. He's not letting him finish.
I'm trying to get in because sometimes sentences are too long.
Get in.
Go to
Come on. We're here. Tell
I
us.
want to get in. Do you have a men's line? Do you have a men's?
No, you don't.
Shut the fuck up. Am I interviewing you or him? Today you're irritating me. I'm going to smash you through a window. You're irritating the shit
He
out
said
of me.
beauty queen.
You dumb fucking fruit. You're irritating.
Tell him what beauty queen is, and
What
then
is
he'll know
beauty
what
queen?
it is.
That's Richie Rich is a beauty queen. What's beauty queen?
I'll let Richie take that, but I could just start by saying it's a makeup metaverse for makeup freaks everywhere.
Oh,
Teens,
man,
queens,
I could use
dreams,
makeup, you
and
big
everyone.
That bastard. I could use makeup. I'd use it when I make movies. Would I?
Richie,
use
why
your
don't you take
makeup?
that question? What would your answer be?
Would I use your makeup?
Oh yeah, baby. But right now what we're doing is, what Dee is saying is, so we just launched Beauty Queen TV, and it's beautyqueen.com. You spell BTYKWN, and it's 24/7 dreaming, streaming. And Dee, take it away.
It's like the lifestyles of the glitterous and the fabulous. And we really wanted to find a place that, there's this whole segment of kids out there that are kind of flying their flag of independence by being themselves, dressing themselves, and wearing makeup. And certainly when I was coming up in the fashion industry and entertainment, and I met Richie that day backstage at Versace, he was the inspiration for that for many, many, many kids. He was always doing gender fluidity before gender fluidity was a thing. And Richie really pioneered that in a very big way in New York and Los Angeles and Paris, everywhere he went. And now there's these kids that are just looking for an outlet to come together and be part of a community. And so we really wanted to create the first authentic community for those kids, that whether they consider themselves, like you were saying earlier, a boy or a girl or a they or them, whatever you might be, just be yourself, keep dreaming, and come into this community, meet other like-minded enthusiasts.
Wait, hang on. Keep fighting. Fuck dreaming. Dreams don't go anywhere. Fighting does. Listen, I did drag for 45 years as Jane Russell.
I love it.
I played every nightclub in the United States. That I didn't go to gay bars. I did straight nightclubs. Okay, and I really look good in drag. You can't believe this big guy could possibly be a beautiful woman, but I was.
I see it.
And I used to have such I used to have such problem with that because back in the 1960s, drag queens were thought of mentally ill faggots who wanted to be women. We weren't talent. The fact that I sang in my own voice, spoke in my own voice, wrote my own material, that was never recognized.
Oh my God,
me.
I love
That's me.
that.
Living.
As
Living.
Oh
Jane
my
Russell.
gosh.
Yeah, but
I was very famous in New York. They used to put posters on lampposts and walls of buildings. You know, I was a big shot back in the.
I mean, Ron, that story of perseverance and that
And Teresa,
story
you're right.
No, but guys, I had to fight my way through it. I had to fight.
and it's still a fight, and it's still a fight
Oh
for
yeah.
many.
Oh,
And we get called names all the time.
I once took
Oh,
a
yeah.
cab. I was working at the Townhouse restaurant, which my friends Bob and Paul.
I
owned in
love
New
the
York.
townhouse.
Yeah, well, I opened it, and I was the only person that ever worked there. in drag
Amazing.
because they're my friends. I took a cab from my 75th Street apartment to work, and I was thrown out. When he found out I wasn't a woman, he stopped the cab and said, "Get out of my cab." So I proceeded to punch his fucking face in like he has never been hit. He was bleeding and crying, and I, of course, ran away because I didn't want to be arrested in drag and ruin my name. But I beat that fucking turban up that he never saw tomorrow. But he threw me out of the cab because he realized I was a man, not a woman. That's the shit that we had to put up with.
And I mean, it still happens. That's the thing. It's like we have this amazing, like talent we found that we cast like these kids around the world. When we see kids, you know, they're of all like they're young ages because they're new to everything. But you were a pioneer for it, and I feel like, you know, Dee and I have done a lot as well, like in Jimmy. And you know, there's still a fight. Our friend, he can't even go out in Louisiana and drag. Like it's still the fight, and that's what we mean by dreams. It's like it's the same sort of thing you're talking about.
A woman will put on a 3-piece striped man suit and go out. Nobody cares. But
Well, thank Dietrich for that.
If a guy puts on a dress, they beat the shit out of him. That's what I don't understand. You know, people have got to learn. Mind your fucking business. Go about your business. Do your thing. Live your life. You should only live it well. And let people fucking live. They don't bother you. They're not looking for money to buy braziers, okay?
Yeah, you know, these days too, like people that even think are in the know, their arms are in the air when you put the wrong color nail polish on or whatever, or if you even have nail polish on as a boy or a guy. It's like,
absolutely.
Give me a break.
Yeah, I mean, at Beauty Queen, Richie is going to be the ringmaster of it all because he's been there, he's done it, and he's still going there. And as am I, as of you, Jimmy, as we all still are. And, you know, and we can't change the world. We can't change the world, but we're surely trying to help as much as we can, step by step. As Richie says, glitter by glitter by glitter, and let these kids and let everyone, you know, have a voice and have a place. That's what it's all about.
And we want the other generations too to know about Marilyn Monroe more than they just think it's a poster of her. Like,
right. I mean, to hear your story, Ron, would be so.
But let me tell you.
You're coming on, Beauty Queen.
Wait, we have come a long way from 1960. A friend of mine had a studio in Brooklyn. It was by day a gymnasium, and at night he made it a gay bar. It was called Green's Studio. He said, "Ron, do me a favor. Would you come and drag and perform?" I said, "Absolutely, I'd love to." I went, and as I was performing, the police broke in. Drag queens were jumping out of the window, swinging from the fire escapes into hitting garbage pails below. People were panicking. I had a cabaret card. A cabaret card was something I got when I had to go to the police station and register myself as an impersonator of a woman, or I would be arrested because it was against the law in New York City to have more than you have to have 10 items of a man on you in order not to be arrested. So I showed the cops my card. And of course, they could not arrest me because I was a cabaret performer. Now, as we're going down the stairs, the fucking cops grabbed me by my arms, lifted me by my elbows, and threw me in the paddy wagon. Now, somebody out there was taking pictures, and the next day there was a headline, Jane Russell arrested. So I went hysterical.
Wow,
Well,
that's amazing.
I have the clipping still. Of course, it's yellow and rotted. And I cracked up laughing. Many years
I mean, when you
wait,
Oh,
hang on,
sorry.
let me finish the story. Many
Yeah,
years
yeah.
later, when I met Jane and became Jane Russell's dear best friend, I showed her the article and she said, "Oh my God, I never knew of that." I said, "Yeah, they thought you were a drag queen."
She
But
must
that's
have
what it
lived.
was. That's what
I
it
was
was
gonna
like.
say when they raided the cabaret, when they raided the gym, that was the bar that night.
Right.
It sounds like the best party to go to ever. You know, it's something right when the cops come. Like, I mean, even
Well, the
these days,
landlord tipped them off. That's what we found out
Mm.
later because the landlord lived adjacent to this rented building, and the landlord saw all the the drag queens in those days were notorious. I mean, strapless evening gown, tits hanging out, blonde hair, Rita Hayworth. We had Marilyn Monroe. We had Hedy Lamarr. We had Greta Garbo. We had Ingrid Bergman. We had everybody. Every queen was a star. Not like today where they're all clowns. They're comic queens. Back then, we imitated and impersonated a movie star. So you
Right.
saw all of these way out dressers. I mean, for the day, it was in my day, if you dressed the way you did, they definitely would have said the poor thing. Look at him. He's not all there. Oh, that poor guy.
Well, you just said that earlier, so it's changed.
No, I said that with love.
Just
I
kidding.
said that with love.
I'm totally kidding. I love when
And
you
I
said it,
said
but I know
I
what you
said-
mean.
I said it with respect because
Of
anybody
course, I
that
know
has
that.
the audacity to do what you do deserves a big hug and a kiss.
Oh, well, I
because-
kiss you back.
Oh,
No, because the world is too full of people who want to conform us to people we don't want to be, and everyone should be. I hate going
Right.
my band. I know that you
and
opened
that's
me
what
up.
we're saying.
Oh,
Richie
I
says all
know.
the time, it's not just
Wait,
queens, it's
question
scenes, it's
about
this
your
girl,
makeup.
it's
Question.
supermodels, it's everyone.
Let's go back to your makeup. What makes your makeup different than anybody else's?
Well,
Make it that we're
about
doing a
beauty.
beauty queen.
Well, the fun thing
What?
is everybody's invited. So like it's every makeup brand, like everything, like boom boom, and yeah, it's like a party, like it's a metaverse of makeup madness, and just everyone's invited. I mean, right now I'm wearing Jeffree Star, I'm wearing MAC, I'm wearing NARS, I'm wearing Charlotte Tilbury. It's like a potpourri of boom. And so,
I mean,
and I have one beauty queen secret on my face right now that isn't
tell us, Richie.
around yet. It's coming a little later in the spring. So try to
You
get
can tell us-
it.
are you
Yeah, I
gonna
mean,
tell us
our
what it
product,
is?
Ron, is really our product is simple. Our product is the conversation around makeup and pop culture and fashion and style and what everyone wants to do and who they want to be, and that's what really we're putting out there right now, and that's what it's all about. There isn't a
Okay.
place
So
for
it's
that
in
in
the
the
mouth-
digital
wait,
universe.
For us brain dead old fucks,
Yeah,
tell us again the name and how are you priced?
No, you're not
Richie?
following it.
we
You're not
we
following
have a
I'm
great
not
answer for you.
following.
Richie will tell you the
Okay.
price right now. Go, Richie.
Well, the best
Go.
price is it's free. It's free to join.
Yes.
So join, and it's streaming 24/7. Like boom, it's content of fun, and it's not one type of content. I mean, it's all over the place. Like we're excited. Like tomorrow, this girl that we met, it's amazing, became like our it girl. Like you're gonna love her, and her name's Kylan and Kanani, and we're going to Larry Namer's, his best friend Claudia. Wills, that she was in Back to the Future, and she had this
She's a very
amazing.
good friend of ours. She's a good friend
You
of
know,
ours.
I figured
I
you
love
knew her, and
Oh,
yeah,
we
and we're
like
going to her
her a
store,
lot. Yeah.
and we're gonna play dress up and do the whole like just fun with everything. We were there the other day, and we
She
were
has
so
a star.
inspired.
So wait, let me
hang
say.
on, hang on.
No,
her store is Armani Wells. She has Armani
Boom.
Wells, the clothing store.
Yes, in
Yes.
Studio City.
I'm lost. I'm being honest. I'm lost. So you do not have your own private makeup line.
It's like a circus.
It's a
of everybody.
it's a combination of all the makeups. Now, do you on your show us how to apply this makeup?
Absolutely.
Oh, so good. Everybody out there that looks like shit
Yeah.
because they don't have to put their fucking makeup on, they have to watch.
And there is
this show.
there is some fun merch, like fun hats and tees and hoodies, and the makeup will come like as we just want to get like everybody to have fun with the party, and as they join.
Yeah, so
and,
there's lots of tutorials and there's so much tea as well.
Mhm.
I love it.
So
now
you guys,
I have a problem. When I work they want to put all that shit on my face. I tell them, do not put any kind of face makeup on because it cracks in my wrinkles and I look like Boris Karloff and I need 9 channel leaves, the mummy. What can I do to prevent that ugly old man look? Without it, I look younger. When the minute you put makeup on, you look suddenly aged. What can I do about that?
Well, I've seen you in person. You look amazing. I feel like anybody who puts any foundation, or especially before you put powder on top of it, it's great to mix it with a moisturizer. Like moisturize before you go to sleep.
Always
Even you have the, even if you're drunk, like go to tipsy, we'll say.
I agree with that.
And a lot of water with the champagne.
I mean, look,
and
a great
else.
moisturizer always helps. We love great moisturizer with coconut and paraben free. But you know what, Ron? We always say.
Great.
No,
Richie says this all the time. Richie taught this to me. When I used to ask him, "Oh my God, that model looks so great," or "That supermodel was so amazing." The best looking people in the world, it comes from the inside. And we're not trying to sound cliche or anything.
No, it's true.
You show up and you just light up from the inside, then your light shines on the exterior.
Absolutely.
That's what it's about, right?
If you're sad or depressed, you don't look good. But if you're happy, if you just met somebody and you're in that new 2 months of being in love, my God,
you got that glow.
No one is more gorgeous. Now, I use tinted moisturizer when I work in film, and it works. It works.
Wait, but go back. What happens on the 3rd month?
What?
What
happens on the 3rd month?
What happens on the 3rd month?
You need to get a highlighter
of the relationship.
You said in the first 2 months of the relationship.
Month?
Yeah, the first 2.
You either bring in a third party or you find somebody new.
That's not true.
Well, that's quick.
No, he's full of shit.
I'm only teasing. What happens on the 3rd month? Well, if it's real, it stays. If it's just a heat wave, it goes. I mean, I've been in many 3-month love affairs, and then by the 4th and 5th month, when the sex was routine, the partner, the love left. But with this one that I'm married to, this faggot here, this old queen.
I love you two together.
I only married him for his money.
Yeah.
Really,
that's fun. It's lasting.
Hey, we're 10 years into it.
Hey, listen, I'm an 81-year-old kept man. That's something to be said about.
I love it.
You know,
so like, okay, when you're having a little personal question, spoiler alert, when you're having a little lull, like say, you're getting a little like argument, like different than what you're doing now, but like a real one, like does Jane Russell come out for a little perk in the relationship or anything? Like you do a little like floor show or anything?
Did you do a Jane Russell bitchy thing to me?
No,
he doesn't.
No.
He's Italian. He doesn't do that.
I meant more like, do you sing a song for Jimmy?
Oh, no.
No. When I'm mad,
When
I'm mad, I become very Cosa Nostra. I become very Italian, very strict, and very tough. I was born in Brooklyn, raised in Brooklyn. I fought all my life.
Brooklyn.
No, physically. I physically had to fight because when I was a kid, they'd call me fudge packer, faggot, queer. How come you act like a girl? All the usual lovely things.
He's actually very butch, though.
That kids say to us. So I used to beat the shit out of all of them to prove to them that whatever they were saying wasn't real. Like I said, I beat this cab driver's face in. Jimmy will tell you, we were at a very big affair in Hollywood, and a guy made a remark about me looking like, what did he say?
He said, you look like a Miami Vice faggot. And then he took his finger and poked it in his chest.
So I punched him in the face. I beat the shit out of him, and I threw him against the wall, and I threw him down a flight of stone stairs.
And we got kicked out.
And I got kicked out. And I'm never allowed back in there again because the next year I went and they said, "Oh, we remember you. You can't come in here." So
that's when you need to go in drag next time.
Well, you know what? I told Jimmy, I said, we have a wonderful club here called Oscars. And I'm going to talk to the owners and say, I would like to do a one-night performance of what a drag show was back in 1960. And I will recreate.
That would be incredible.
No, I'll recreate my act as it was. Of course, the jokes will be corny because back then we couldn't get away with what we get away with now. And I think it would be interesting for all the new young queens to see what it was like when we worked. I don't know. We'll see.
So hold on. I want to go back to you guys. Okay, so first of all, Richie, show everybody your hat because that's the Beauty Queen logo, right?
Yes, babies.
All right, so you guys, the website for Beauty Queen, you guys, is btykwn.com for Beauty Queen. They have all kinds of cool stuff up there. You sign up for free, and then you'll be able to keep track of everything that they got going on. You guys got to replace all your like hoodies and t-shirts and stuff because I went on there and it says sold out on everything.
Oh my God, it all went out in Japan.
Richie Rich, what do you expect?
Yeah. Ooh,
So now if I watch your show and I
yeah.
see a rouge or blush, they call it nowadays, a blush that I like, I
Mhm.
contact you and I purchase the blush from you.
Not yet.
Sure,
I
you can
will.
text Richie Rich directly if you want,
Mhm.
Ron.
Yeah, yeah,
I
hello.
mean, how are you guys going to make money?
Do they come to Berlin? Berlin. Jimmy Ronsters is asked to Berlin. I just sang in Berlin in July. I sang one of my tracks. Like I sing as well for fun. Um, hi Jimmy. No, we more like talk about other makeup brands we love, and then Beauty Queen's going to come out, our makeup line, and that you can get on beautyqueen.com coming up.
Okay.
Yeah, I
And the
mean,
hoodies and hats are back this week.
yeah, we're selling merchandise right now for our citizens, what everyone in our community is called. But for us, it's really about, Richie wanted to do something that really contributed to leaving a legacy behind. He has pieces in the museum. He has fashion in people's homes. Actually, we were talking to someone, a very famous dancer, ballerina, prima ballerina, that has a whole collection of Richie's designs that are stored away in her home. And wanted to leave a legacy. And Richie thought that the best way to do that is start with these kids first. And anyone that's young at heart, of course, right? We all consider ourselves kids, right?
Right.
Now if I'm
And
an
so that's what
Yeah.
this is all
To me,
about.
kids are of every age. Hello.
okay, now if I'm a woman and I watch your show, can I ask you to put together a line of cosmetics for me to look pretty?
You mean pick what is the
Yeah.
best product for you?
Yeah, in other words, we're
Oh,
gonna go back.
absolutely.
I'm gonna
Yeah.
be on Skype, so you're gonna see the ugly old broad, right? And you're gonna tell her what she needs to look decent or pretty. And
Nobody's ugly. Everyone looks the way they want to look and
that's
feels as
bullshit.
they feel.
That's bullshit. I know a couple of dogs, please.
But Richie
Oh, I
has
love
gone
that.
out. Richie and I have gone around the world virtually based on the way the world is now. We would have loved to have been on planes. He went to a couple cities out of the country, but we went around the world and casted who we thought were the most emerging talents in the makeup space that know everything and everything about makeup. I mean, you can even mention something from Max Factor or just show a color, and they'll say Max Factor 1976. I mean, it's quite fascinating. And they range in ages. They're from Dublin. They're from London. They're from, like Richie said, Louisiana, Brooklyn, from everywhere. And we have around a dozen or so of these emerging young talents that are all about the whole DIY aesthetic. And Richie feels that they have the eye that can then someday soon they can leave their own legacy behind. And so they're there to help you, to guide you of what to wear and how to wear it and all that kind of stuff. Absolutely. Yes,
Okay,
Ron.
so
Yes.
for those of you out there who are vague, as I am, about exactly what this show is like, I would suggest, as I will go in and look, that all of you go in and look, and I'm sure there's something that they do that will interest you because it sounds like a big potpourri of good stuff.
It actually
It's
is.
fun, and it's for everybody. I mean, it literally is
Yeah.
like it's global. It's fun. It's just and we would love you. I mean,
No,
when you do
I'll push
Oscars,
it.
we're gonna come.
I'll push
We're gonna
it.
come
I'll
cover
push it.
that show. Boom.
No, I
So
definitely,
basically,
will push your show. I
so
will
you
push
guys,
it.
so
'Cause I like
basically,
it.
you
I
guys,
like what you do.
it's a gathering place for people to talk about makeup, makeup and fashion with new things coming that'll be your own. And it's all through the eyes of an icon, Richie Rich and Mr.
Absolutely.
B. So I
Yeah.
think it's
And,
very
and,
cool.
and,
And you
and the
just
makeup,
launched
Jimmy.
2 days ago, right? Or 3 days? You
Yes.
just launched like 3 days ago.
What is it?
The
It's
site
rolling
just-
out
it
country by
launched it 3
country.
days ago.
Oh,
Yes. And the great thing about it is that, as Richie always says, and he can tell you right now, the makeup is just the conversation starter, like being at a great cocktail party. Once you start talking about the makeup, then it leads to all these other things, whether it
I
be
love it.
personal
I love the
issues
concept.
or
I love it.
fascinating things. Thank you. So, the red carpet, Larry Namer, who is one of the founders of E Entertainment, him and his co-founder, Alan, is chief advisor of the project for us. And he's such an inspiration and mentor to both Richie and myself. And they became really well known, really famous around the world for doing that red carpet where Joan Rivers would say, "What are you wearing?" Well, we're kind of turning the tables now. And Richie's now saying to everyone on the red carpet, "What are you wearing on your face?" It's never been done before. And Richie's going to do that and pave the trail.
Fabulous
I love
idea, because you know what? So many young people look at the movie stars and say, "Oh, they're so beautiful. I wonder how they do that." Well, now you guys can tell them how to
True.
apply, what to buy, and how to look. It's a
And you'd be
fabulous
surprised
idea.
of the answers. We've heard some unbelievably amazing answers that you at least expect it.
I love what you're doing.
Let's give a shout out
Wait,
too.
1 minute. I see so many women who have their makeup on incorrectly and they look like shit. Don't you see them? I mean, some of them really wear the wrong colors, the wrong lipstick shades. It's awful. So I believe that, yes, we need to educate the young, and you guys are going to do it.
Boom.
And you're going to be
Thank
there
you,
with us.
guys.
We want you part of it. We definitely want
Yeah,
you
Yeah.
part of it.
I will promote your show because I really believe in it. So I will talk about it when I go out in crowds of people, and I will tell friends of mine who really need help. I won't name
There's
them,
a
but there's a few
there's
that
an
need help.
amazing girl. I'm gonna text you about her. We want to get her on the Beauty Queen, and you'll love her. She's here in LA, and she does her show is all about what Marilyn Monroe wore, all her makeup products. Elizabeth Taylor, what she wore.
Maybe we know her. What's her name?
And you know what? I know her name, but I have to look
I
at.
look. I don't remember.
I feel horrible. Like, no, that sounds so bad.
No.
She just resonated in my mind. I just watched her
But
the other day.
while you're talking, let's give a shout out to Larry Namer because Larry Namer's a big supporter.
Oh my God,
behind all
Larry!
this. So what's up,
Yes.
Larry? Larry's one of the first cool
Hey, Larry.
people we met. Our very first red carpet that we ever came to when we moved here. Back
Boom.
here, Ron moved back here, but when we moved here, he was
Yeah.
one of the very first people we met in a VIP, room, and
Good
he
old
was super
Larry.
cool. And so he's very cool. Very
Larry
cool guy.
is a nice fella. We like.
Larry is perpetually in the VIP room all
Yes.
the time.
Oh yeah,
Always.
I mean, Hollywood needs to have
The
to,
VIP room.
bow down to Larry for that, of course. Like everything, like he
But
brought.
that's what it's
to, like,
about. It's
the
about
pop
being
culture
open-minded
world.
and just being yourself. Also, when things open up and get better, Richie's going to, of course, get back on the runway and do some amazing runway
yeah.
shows. Maybe Ron,
That-
you could get on
I
that
wanna-
runway and walk it down for
Yeah,
Richie.
we'd love to have
Well,
you
you
on.
know,
Love it.
I would love to be at the. I love, when I lived in New York, the Waldorf Astoria. I think it was. I forgot what day it was. Maybe Sunday afternoon. Always had a fabulous designer do a runway show, and
Love it.
my friend Perry and I used to go. You had champagne, and it was so elegant. Those days were breathtaking. Today it sucks, but those days you had little hors d'oeuvres and champagne, and you sat and you watched the most incredible Oscar de la Renta. I mean, Givenchy, the designers,
Love
the
all of them.
gowns. Oh my God, you could drop dead. My friend Perry used to say, "I, Ronald, darling, I'm loving every he's Jewish. I, Ronald, darling, I'm loving everyone." So I said, "Well, go out and marry another guy, richer this time, and you can afford those dresses."
So
Wonderful.
yeah, I want to talk a little bit. So when we were in New York before we moved to right before we moved to Palm Springs, Ron actually for Fashion Week did an underwear fashion show for underwear and modeled underwear, and everybody was like 20 and he was
I
like
was
78.
I love it.
I was 78 years old, and this is what they did. By mistake, they got me a small.
They didn't do it by mistake.
Well, they didn't, but I'm a large. And not to brag, but nature was good to me. Too good in a
The
sense.
pillow or a real story?
Well, the real thing.
You went there before.
And the guy that
Kidding.
ran it looked at me in my little brief. He said, "Does that thing work?" And I said, "Yes." So I knew right away I was in trouble.
But it was fun.
I walked the runway. I had on knee-high leather boots and
Work.
a very brief bikini underwear. And
Oh,
I
we're Googling this on YouTube. You know that.
no, really. And I was among
I have
all
pictures
these
I can send.
gorgeous, strappy, beautiful, built young men. And here came this old queen. And I got the best applause of all of them. And people stood up and started cheering. They said, "Look at that old fuck. He had the balls to put that bathing suit on and wore."
Underwear.
Underwear,
So-
I'm sure they said.
It was
I
fun
live.
though. So
That's amazing.
so how did you get into this whole thing? I know you were a club
I have to
kid.
plug them. It was Cocksock.
Oh yeah, Cock Socks.
So
No, it wasn't Cock Socks.
It was Cock
No, it
Socks.
was Uniqlo. Cock Socks gave us free things because we advertised.
Oh,
for
I
them.
love
We spent a
Uniqlo.
bunch
They're
of free on-
fun.
Yeah. So how did you? Because so you're a famous club kid, and how did you decide? Okay, I'm going to be like a fashion.
I love
like
the
icon.
both of you. I wish we could have 4 hours.
We love you. Oh, before I didn't say that, because I felt I had like a little glitter freeze in my head, like too much ice cream. You know that feeling. Her name is Laura Jane Atelier. That's her YouTube, and she goes over like
Laura?
what
I don't think
all
we
the
know
old.
her.
Oh, you have to check her out. What all the old stars, like the legends, wore. Like
We will check
she
it
really
out.
gets into it.
Is she on Melrose?
I'm not sure where she is, but she's based in LA. I know that.
She's probably on Melrose.
All right, we'll look it up. So tell me, how did you decide I'm going to be a fashion icon?
I mean, thank you, but no, it was just since I sat in high school, like just dreaming of Back to the Dreaming, and then the fight. It just naturally came to me. Like I was a figure skater. My mom would design what I was wearing for for my competitions. Then I joined the Escapades. I hung out in the costume department, and then met Mr. D. And it just the word organic is so overused, but it's true. I dressed my friends. I had fun, and then it was just like so on and so on, and just it wasn't like, oh, I'm gonna be a fashion designer. It was more just kind of
Very
it was a
organic.
calling.
When you were
The glitter
skating,
called.
when you were
Mhm.
skating, did you ever meet a skater by the name of Bobby Gennard?
I know
Or-
Bobby. Yeah, I know of Bobby Nard. Yeah,
He was my very
yeah.
best friend. And Dick Button.
Really?
Yeah, because my daughter
Oh,
Leslie.
I sat at dinner with Dick Button at a benefit in Chelsea Piers for the skating council. Like, and he was
Yeah.
telling me the best stories, and I was like, I mean,
Oh, Bobby
many
had
people I've met,
stories.
I don't get starstruck much, but with him, I have to tell him I was
Bobby
like, yes.
Gennard's best story was they were in Mexico and they were eating Mexican food, which they shouldn't have done. And Sonia Henney was the star of the show, and it
Wow.
was the Winter Wonderland, and everybody was in white, and the whole set was all white.
Oh God,
and
I know where
silver.
this story is going.
Well, the Adagio pair, she had diarrhea. And when he lifted her up and spun her around, the diarrhea hit Sonia Henney and all of the white stuff.
No.
That's a true story. And I
Oh, I
love
believe you.
when Bobby used to tell that story, over and over again, I would laugh and laugh and laugh because it's a picture.
So Mr. G, I want to give you some props too, though, then, because basically a lot of the brands that were super duper popular, nobody would have even known about them if it wasn't for you. So you have to have mad skills to be able to do that. So number one, I want to congratulate you on that, and I'm looking forward to seeing how Beauty Queen just blows up all over the planet.
Yeah. What's the number one selling makeup line? Box, isn't it? Box.
Oh,
Max Box, Crash Box or something.
Oh, Smashbox.
Smashbox. There's so many right now. It's a big marketplace. It's a big thing, and everyone loves makeup. And now, as guys or people that don't define themselves as guys, as they or them, whatever they define themselves as, are now getting into buying that stuff. It's just becoming a bigger and bigger space. For me growing up, getting into it, I'll tell you, Jim, I think that's what you were trying to ask. I saw everything as entertainment. I think that's why Richie and I get along so well. I mean, he took the runway and turned it into a Hollywood studio, walking all these unbelievably famous stars down it, and changed the game for everyone. Changed the game for everyone. And I was so into what he was doing. And it goes back to Richie saying, not just about being organic, Richie, when you were young, but being independent, having a fierce sense of independence in yourself and believing in yourself. So many people don't believe in themselves. And Richie and I talk to so many people when we lecture at schools or campuses or virtually in different seminars we do. Just believe in yourself. Why can't I do this? There's no why can't. Go do it. Go do it at any level.
The people you're describing listen to other people. In order to be yourself, you must never, never listen to anyone because they're going to be jealous, envious, or stupid, and they're going to give you the wrong advice. Just do what you feel is in your soul and in your heart. You'll never go wrong.
Yeah. And you'll see that this group that we've assembled under Richie called the Glam Gang. And Richie's put together this group of some of the most amazing young and aspiring and emerging and well-known. Kevin Aviance, a complete legend in the New York Hollywood scene, will be the MC of everything. Desmond is amazing. A young wonder kid, an advocate for so many different causes, will be there. Kylan Kalani, the list goes on and on. The Only Eden, she grew up in Louisiana and literally could not go outside her house during the pandemic because it was so bad to go and wear a dress, whatever it might be. So we flew her out to Los Angeles. We met her a few days ago. We put her on the Hollywood Walk of Fame. And she said to Richie, and this is a testament to Richie and how he's so amazing. For Richie, it's never about ego. It's always about dreaming. And the Only Eden looked at Richie and said, okay, what do you want me to do? And Richie said, whatever you want, just do it.
Yeah.
And we'll roll the tape. And that was it. And that was it.
That's what you guys were doing on New Year's Eve too. You were like walking around with the phone and just taping all kinds of cool stuff. Which was
Richie, this is for you. I don't know how old you are, but maybe you've heard of the legend, Pat Michaels. Pat Michaels used to have a big rubber stamp, and she would walk on the corner of 3rd Avenue all over and stamp her name. She was the first sex change that we knew way back in 1966, 67. And I remember you knew Pat of Pat Michaels.
I never met her. I wish, but I know of her. I mean, I'm enthralled by everything in the community, pop culture, everything. Like, I mean, thank God for her. Like, but you knew her?
Oh, absolutely. She was a good friend of ours. We were taking a taxi cab from uptown to go down to Dirty Dick's, which was Richard's gay bar down in the Village. And the cab driver was kidding around, and he said she was a man, and she got offended. She said, "I'm not a man, I'm a woman." He said, "Come on, you're a man." So she proceeded to open her legs, pull down her panties, and show him that she was a woman. And he said, "Oh, come on, you guys, that's rubber. You put them on." So that's how people couldn't understand how a man could become a woman. It was so
I mean, it's revolutionary, especially then. Now, oh my gosh.
Do you know Philip Block? Like, we're friends.
Yes,
with
I love Philip.
He was on the show not too long ago.
Of course.
We love Philip.
I figured you would because he's an icon too.
All fashion weeks and everything fun.
We have a lot of friends that have changed. We have a lot of changed friends. Lots.
Yeah.
So who?
Yeah. So when I moved, when I moved back to those kind of like idols, like back to when I first moved to New York, Quentin Crisp was my next door neighbor.
Oh,
which was really
Quentin
cool in the East Village.
Quentin was my dearest friends. I have an interview. He was in our. I used to do drag shows for Elizabeth Taylor Foundation for AIDS Research and AMFAR. And I raised a lot of money through drag shows with drag queens. And Quentin came in one of our shows, and he said that he came to America because he had to do the jobs that the Americans didn't want to do. I knew Quentin. He was an eccentric guy. He lived in that famous hotel in this little room filled with books and scripts and papers. And he was probably one of the most interesting fellas. And he started doing what you are today. He was really the birth. He's the birth father.
He trailed that path for sure.
He was beaten up, put in jail, raped horribly in jail. I mean, his stories were. I really should write a book. People want me to write a book. The more I think about it,
oh my gosh, you have to.
Well, only because I'd like to write the stories that Quentin told us young. We were all like 19 and 20. And Quentin was educating us on what gay was back in 1933 and 4. It was horrible how gay people were treated. They talk about the slaves. The slaves were treated better than us. I mean, we were constantly beaten and abused and thrown out of apartments and fired from our jobs, humiliated in the street. People would walk by you and say, "You fags." I mean, for no reason. What did we do? All right, one time we left Pam Pam's on 3rd Avenue and somebody threw a bunch of pocketbooks out in the garbage. So we all grabbed a pocketbook and decided to walk down 3rd Avenue as camp.
Of course, that's what we do. Hello.
So
you had to hear the people, how they insulted us. It was terrible.
No, it's crazy.
Real quick.
Thank God for you. Hello.
Yeah, he's been on the forefront.
Oh, Dawn, I noticed you earlier. Dawn asked if we know Laganja Estrada. We love her. Like, Laganja's a good friend.
Of course.
I just saw Laganja in New York a couple years ago. She was doing a TV show like at this theater. Like, I was visiting my friends and like Laganja.
Who are we talking about?
Laganja Estrada from Drag Race. Like, boom. I just saw a comment. Like,
we love Philip Block. We're gonna try to get Philip Block on. There's so many amazing. Pat Fields, legendary Pat Fields. That's been such a mentor to Richie as well.
Yes, myself. Fabulous.
Great Pat Fields doing all the amazing wardrobe on Emily in Paris, which we've been watching.
We love Emily in Paris.
The last few nights.
So I have one more shout out. Say hi to Twyla because she was another part of my crew the other night who met you.
Hi, Twyla.
Hey, Twyla.
And also then
Diane.
Diane introduced us to. Oh my God! Now I forgot. The Back to the Future, Claudia Wells. So that we actually met Claudia Wells through Diane, and she actually came to Soup's party the one before. We invited her for New Year's Eve, but she couldn't make it. But you're gonna have a great time with her because she's fabulous.
Oh,
that'll be a great
enjoy it.
In memorandum, I want to use names of the greatest drag queens of the 1950s who started the elegant drag: Daisy D, Tish. The one that she was gorgeous, Salome. They all worked at the Club 82, which was the best drag club in the world.
Wow. We gotta get you on, Ron, with Kevin Aviance, the iconic legendary Kevin Aviance. Kevin has a show on Beauty Queen. You should really start talking to Kevin.
Lindsay was a fabulous queen, and my very, very, very dear friend, who's Miss Mickey. She did Rita Hayworth like nobody's business. God, she did Gilda. She did the What Who Put the Blame on Mame?
Oh my gosh,
My
love.
God, she got standing we all straight clubs. She got standing ovations. I swore it was Rita Hayworth. I swore it.
Love.
And then, of course, we had Sugar Candy Darling, who was the first
Oh my
one to have
God.
silicone put in her breasts.
Candy Darling is everything. Like
She
Warhol.
died from it. She died from the silicone in her breasts. But Candy Darling was far more beautiful than Marilyn Monroe.
So here's a question for you, Ron. Here's a question.
Yes.
Let's turn the tables for a second. Richie and I want to know if you guys could be any piece of makeup, what would you be? What makeup would you be?
Ooh.
If I could be a piece of makeup, what piece of lipstick? Without lipstick, you're
That's
nothing.
mine. How dare you?
Yeah,
You stole it right
Mine
from me.
too.
No. It's lipstick.
I mean, does
Lips-
glitter count with lipstick? I have two.
lipstick.
Glitter could be the
Listen,
piece of makeup.
I'll take the glitter then.
you can go barefaced. You can have a washed face, but if you have lipstick on, you're dressed. It's
This is
lipstick,
true.
lipstick. Without lipstick, my mother would never go out of the house without
There he
lipstick.
is. By the way, everybody loved your mirror that you had the other night too. That big gold mirror.
Oh my God, thank
We're,
you,
like,
love.
hanging around.
That was
Like-
fun. Dee got me that. We went to Jeffree Star's headquarters. It was so sweet and
Such a cool mirror.
yeah, that was awesome.
You gotta love it.
I
So you
couldn't-
guys listen up because we
I
gotta
couldn't
go.
get over that heavy necklace you had on. I kept lifting it. I even showed Sue Wong. I said, "It's beautiful." What the hell? Where'd you get that necklace? That's quite a necklace. It was this
Oh, that was
big
fun.
plate, a big plate with diamonds in it, and it.
That
weighed
was
a
fun.
lot.
Actually, our good friend Lindsay Risk made it. She has this beautiful boutique gallery in Brooklyn in Bushwick called Risk Gallery, and that was a gift. Like,
Beautiful
so much fun.
piece. Beautiful.
It's
piece.
funny when she gave it to me. I thought it was a visor, and it
Right.
it
That's
fits
how
and has
it
a
looked
chain.
like. It looked like a visor.
But I was like, is this for a baby? I mean, I'm a baby at heart, but I'm like,
Okay, so
and she's like, she goes, full girl. She goes, Queen, it's for your neck. I'm like, oh, okay, got it.
so you guys, Richie, Rich, and
I thought it
Mr.
was a skirt actually when I saw it.
Yeah, oh, yeah.
You guys, Richie,
The
Rich, and
high-end
Mr.
puppy.
Richie Rich and Mr. D. I've just gotten back on Instagram. You can follow Richie under Really Richie Rich. It's ReallyRichierich. Mr. D is Mr. D World, just the letter D.
Yes, brand new accounts. We started fresh and so clean for the
And
new
it's
year.
I know, and Richie's got 13,000 followers already. He just started it. That's unbelievable to me.
Yeah, started
so
like
you
3
guys-
nights ago.
So you guys too, go to beautyqueen.com, BTYKWN.com. We'll bring you guys back. We got to go because we got another guest. But
Yes,
we wanna thank
we
you
don't
for
want to
Yeah.
go. We feel so privileged to be here.
I
We
know.
wanna leave.
We want to be
Crazy.
back one
Say
day.
this and so.
Listen.
Okay.
You guys are family. Remember that.
We're
You're
doing
family.
Palm Springs.
Likewise.
We're doing a show at Oscars, and yes, we love to be in your family because you're family too, right, Mr. D?
Yeah, absolutely. We should all just grab some dinner while we're here in town.
Absolutely.
I-
We'll
I-
come
I-
in there
Yes.
later to go to dinner. We'll come
We're,
in.
we're going.
And Larry
to go, we're going to
Larry
go to-
says his. Oh, sorry. Larry sends his hey, and much
Hey,
happy
Larry.
New Year
Anyway,
to
we're
y'all.
going to Genghis Khan with Sue Wong in a couple of weeks, so we'll call you.
Okay.
We'll all,
Okay.
Food's delicious
Yes.
there. You ever eat it at Genghis Khan?
It's
No, we
Chinese,
can't
we
wait.
I haven't.
Chinese,
Yes.
Jewish Chinese. It's delicious.
Oh my God, that's amazing.
Fabulous.
All right, you guys. Best
We'll
of
be
luck
there.
with Beauty
Happy
Queen, and we'll
New
see you
Year.
soon.
Thank you. We love your show. Thank you for
Thank
having
you,
us
guys.
on
Love
today.
All right, you guys.
Happy
Good
New
luck.
Year.
Love you.
So happy to
Bye-bye.
be here with you talking.
Bye bye.
And bye, everybody. Thank you for listening and watching.
And keep
Yay. All right,
What
you
a-
guys.
they are so cool because they are outrageous and they're really doing something for people. And I like people that do things for other people, not for themselves.
So real quick, you guys, we're going to take a quick music video break, and then we're going to bring on our next guest, Jay Edwards. Let's play the Young Zuck thing because I want to play him. Young Zuck's a hip-hop guy we met at Sue Wong's, and I really think he's like freaking like awesome. The name of the song is Overseas. Hopefully you guys will like it, and then we'll be on with Jay Edwards. Enjoy.
Got my drip from overseas.
DJ Production.
Got my drip from overseas. Got my drip from overseas. Rockin' Louis V. All white kicks when I kick it low key. Shawty bust down, slim thick in them jeans. I'm gonna take a flight and we going overseas. Got my drip from overseas. Rockin' Louis V. All white kicks when I kick it low key. Shawty bust down, slim thick in them jeans. I'm gonna take a flight and we going overseas. Got my drip from overseas. Rockin' Louis V. I got plenty money and bitches stay on me. I'm a fly turn young and I was down a rolling. She be acting like she know me, but bitch that's the old me. Yeah.
Cut you off quick, I'm so tired of that faking and capping. That bitch be all up on my dick, but I can't for no average. My new girl know that she the shit, swear to God she the baddest. We gon' pull up, drop 'em quick, tell them boys in the attic. I count on 40, 50, ever since she love me, she rolling with me. I've been on my grind, I'ma go and get it. Catch me at at the top now. I'm posted with a Glock now. Ooh, I'm so hot now. Go to the money. Roll to the money. Skirt off in that ghost on you dummy. Oh, so you know me. I just wanna go to the money. Roll to the money. Skirt off in that ghost on you dummy. Oh, so now you know me. Yeah.
It's rockin' on me, yeah. Home kicks wanna kick it low key. Yeah, shorty boys down, slim thick in them jeans. I'm gonna take a flight and we going overseas.
I'ma keep 'em overseas. I'm rockin' Louis V. I got plenty money and bitches they on me. I'm a fly, turn young and I'm a sign of Rollie. She be acting like she know me, but bitch that's the old me. Yeah.
First class, you know how we roll through. Got designer on my jeans with the hoes too. Yeah, I take it back, drop it for the all you. Everything I want, baby, I just bought it brand new. I got the ones, the twos, the threes, and the fours. Hop out the whip with a suicide door, yeah. Made the crowd scream, different city, world tour, yeah. I gotta have it all, but I really want more. What's new? Yeah, you see me on the news. Wanna take a picture, I don't wanna take it too. Say I'm looking fresh, I'm the flyest in the room. Me and Mike taking off, we gon' meet you at the new overseas. Rockin' Louis V, yeah. Home kicks wanna kick it low key. Yeah, shorty boys down, slim thick in them jeans. I'm gonna take a flight and we going overseas.
I'ma keep 'em overseas. Rockin' Louis V. I got plenty money and bitches they on me. I'm a fly, turn young and I'm a sign of Rollie. She be acting like she know me, but bitch that's the old me.
Yo, overseas, we out in this bitch right now.
Yeah, and we're back, everybody. That was Young Zuck, and he's the coolest kid I met. And you're gonna hear it here because all kinds of people we bring on the show, and like 2 years later, they're like mad famous. That's gonna be one of them.
I like the music. The
He's-
words we know not necessary.
He's gonna
But
be
the music was good.
He's gonna be mad famous, you guys. I'm telling you. Just mark my words. You heard it here first. Now we're gonna bring on our next guest, Jay Edwards. Let's see what we can do
For you.
Hey, how you doing?
Oh, I love it. He's like Leland.
How about that? We
Yeah, he is-
there?
Yeah, he is kind of
Hey,
like
Jimmy,
Leland.
Ron.
Look at the beard
How
on
y'all
you.
doing?
You're like
Good.
our friend Leland.
Do you know Leland Sklar?
Leland Sklar?
Yeah, we
Oh,
love
I've
him.
yeah, I know of him. I never got to meet him, but to meet him, but I know of him. Get a lot of people saying, "Hey, you look like Leland Sklar." So
You
Yeah,
do.
he's a really good friend of
And
ours.
that's a compliment because he's the
Cool.
nicest guy in the world.
And I can introduce you to him. He's like a really good
Okay.
friend of ours.
Yep. And
So-
a hell of a drummer.
So hold on, let
I'll-
me do an
No, he's
intro.
not a drummer. What is Leland?
No,
do?
he's a bass player.
Bass player.
Bass player. We know all the drummers too. Hold on, let me do a good intro for you. All right, everybody. Now we want to welcome to the Jimmy Star Show with Ron Russell. Now that was terrible. I messed it up. I've got to do it again.
Let's do it again.
All right, everybody. Now we want to welcome to the Jimmy Star Show with Ron Russell, Nashville's best kept music secret, Jay Edwards. Hello and welcome to the show.
hey, buddy, how y'all doing, man?
We're
Good.
good.
I want to try that opening.
Okay.
Hey, everybody. Welcome to the Ron Russell Show that Jimmy's no longer on.
Yeah, that's not nice.
That's not good?
So we have a chat room full of people. Say hi to everybody in the chat room. You.
Hey, how y'all doing?
There you go. And then we got, this is my cool, outrageous co-host, Ron Russell.
Hey, how you doing? You're going to be interesting, I could tell.
Oh, okay, there we go.
Well, anybody that
I'm,
wears a beard like that's got to be interesting.
Well, that's a part of the funny story is that I've done music all my life and played forever and every instrument. And about 4 years ago, I started growing this beard. Within a year, I ended up with a couple of guys from a company called Honest Amish, and they said, "Hey, who does your beard product?" I said, "I don't know." And before I had any music endorsements, I had a beard endorsement.
Good for you.
Good
Now,
for you.
I want to ask you a question. I
Okay.
eat. Now, when I eat, I really have food all over my shirt and chin. Do you get food in that beard?
Oh, all the time, all the time. I just
So it's like-
just
it's like
found
a
some
snack.
rice from lunch.
Right. It's like a snack for later on.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Now, I hear you have a very British accent. Now, where you from in the South? Let me guess, Tennessee.
I live in Tennessee now, but no, not originally.
Sounds like a Tennessee accent to me. Where are you from?
Just the other side. I was born in northeastern Arkansas and raised in South Arkansas, northeastern Louisiana. A little
Okay,
place
now I
called
hear,
El Dorado, Arkansas.
yeah. Now you're sounding different. You switch gears. See, now you went back to your original accent. Hey,
To the
living
original.
in California, I have a Brooklyn accent, and every now and then I come out with some stupid California sound, and I get embarrassed.
Oh, I hear you. So yeah, the
Actually,
New York thing was there. I could hear it.
Yeah, I'm
Uh,
never going to get rid of it either. I
do
love
me
it.
a favor. Give a shout out to Dawn. So Dawn has a husband who has a beard like you. She's in the chat room. Just say, "Hey, Dawn, how you doing?"
Oh, hey Don, how you
There you
doing?
go. We have some of the greatest like people who listen to our show. I don't like to call them friends. The fans, they're really like friends, but we have some
Friends.
phenomenal
Right.
friends.
We don't have fans.
who
We
like
have
watch our
friends.
show, and we like to bring them on. So you guys can follow Jay Edwards. He's on Instagram. He's at JEdwards_music, and his website is jedwardsmusic.net. So tell us. So here I wrote some little notes down that you were
Okay.
born in Arkansas, that your father was a Pentecostal evangelist. Your
Wow,
family
that's
traveled
heavy.
around the
Woo!
country performing in churches. That you're influenced by blues, R&B, classic, and country music from the 70s and 80s. Who are some of the people that you like would consider an influence?
If you're talking country, you go back to T. Graham Brown, T.G. Shepherd. I can remember when "Take This Job and Shove It" came out with Johnny Paycheck. I mean, that's
Oh my
you know.
gosh.
So if you're talking the soul music and blues, of course, the Reverend Al Green would have to be. He's right there at the top, and the Clapton. There's so many of them, man. It goes on and on. The influences going back in the gospel. Man, Andre Crouch and the Disciples.
See,
Anybody?
I've never even
Anybody?
heard of that one. Have you ever heard of
Oh
that
my
one? I have
gosh.
no
Are
idea
you
what that
kidding?
is.
Oh, happy day.
Oh
Oh,
yeah, I know that.
happy.
Okay,
Yeah.
yes.
Okay.
Oh, I
There
just
you
didn't know
go.
who sang it, but everybody like knows the song. Then there you go. I love
Yeah.
that.
Yeah, man.
How
I
do you
love.
like living in Tennessee?
I like it. Now Tennessee and Nashville, a little two different worlds, but and Nashville goes up and down, and it's always going through changes. Right now, we're in a really really weird real place in Nashville, and it's you can show up 2 days later, you got a job playing music and doing things here in Nashville. It's nothing. That old music community is just kind of gone, but maybe it'll come back. We're hoping it does.
We're
We
hoping
know
so.
so many people that have moved to Tennessee
Hmm.
and to Atlanta and Tennessee.
Right.
Hollywood is no longer Hollywood. Now Atlanta's happening. And we have such an evacuation of people leaving California. It's amazing how many every day in the 100,000 or in a month or something.
Right.
I mean, we should have good real estate. Then everything should be up. Prices should go down, right?
Right. Well, yeah, it's the same thing here. The people that that I grew up or I came to town in about 2009, and so a lot of those folks have just said forget it, and they've moved somewhere else. Uh,
Out of California.
No, out of
a
Tennessee.
lot of
Oh, out
Zane
of
and that type
Tennessee.
of thing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
out of
I
Nashville.
Oh, out of
understand
Tennessee, but
the real estate has gone
yeah,
up in
but
Tennessee from a few years ago.
yeah, I just bought a house last November and a year ago, and it's outrageous.
Because
So
I remember friends of mine looked about 10 years ago and they said, "Oh my God, beautiful homes for like 150,000." Those days are gone.
gone, way gone.
Way
Yeah,
gone.
I
I
live out of.
actually.
Go ahead.
Oh, I was gonna say. Well, I read an article about you, and people compared your singing as a cross between Chris Stapleton and Bob Seger, and your answer was, "I'm way older than Chris Stapleton, and I'm almost as old as Bob Seger, and I've been singing like this since I was like 12 or something."
Yeah, Dad was the evangelist, and Mom played an accordion or organ if they had it in the church, but if not, we carried an accordion with us. Dad played an old flat top guitar. Um, yeah, I've been singing like this since I was old enough to stand on the platform and hold a microphone. And being 12 years old and getting them old romping and stomping, here comes Jesus. Yeah, let's go. And I don't know if we had that song, but that's kind of what it felt
Are you
like.
going to sing for us today?
I didn't know if that was okay or not.
Yeah,
So
no, I'd love to
it is
hear you.
okay. I
Are
also
you kidding? Are you serious?
I also downloaded, in case if you ain't leaving me, I downloaded like a video that we could play. But if you're okay singing live, we'd
I
love to
like
hear
the
it.
live better
Oh,
because
yeah.
it's intimate. It's like he's doing a show for us. I like our dog is barking.
Oh, I hear.
You gotta love it.
What song are you singing?
First of all,
Wait, what are you going to sing for us?
Man, let's see. We'll just run through. There's so many of them.
Did you write this song or is it somebody else's?
Yeah,
song? You froze.
Oh no,
for
he
only
There he goes.
done the songs that I write, and yeah, I only sing the songs that I write, and it's not
Okay.
because of any major cuts or anything. It's just
Tell us about the
Just one.
song before. Tell us about
Um,
the song before you sing it. Give us some history.
let's see. This is we'll do the I Ain't Broken was the first cut off of the Cold album, and it's just kind of a working man's um, song, working man's blues, and but it says I'm tired and broke, but I ain't broken. So
Oh, I like that. I like that a lot.
I like that idea.
I really like
Uh,
that title. That's a good title.
cool. I hope this will work. Let's see. Does that sound all right?
Yeah.
Yeah, let's go.
I've been laid off, but I ain't laying around. Been working like a dog, giving my all since the plant shut down. It ain't easy picking up pieces. There's a piece of me that still believes things happen for a reason. Throw my last five in the plate at church. I hope that works. This ain't my first time making dimes and spending dollars. Well, a little dirt never hurt this whole blue collar. I brush off the dust when things get tough. It's how the tough keep going. Tired and broke, but I ain't broken. I ain't broken. Sometimes a long shot is your best bet. 'Cause there's a hunger inside you can only find in folks that ain't made it yet. I feel overdrawn and know I'm past due. I ain't never been a man to fold a bad hand 'cause I'm too afraid to lose. I'm banking on luck and I'm making change. We're counting on faith. This ain't my first time making dimes and spending dollars. Well, a little dirt never hurt this whole blue collar. I brush off the dust when things get tough. It's how the tough keep going. Tired and broke, but I ain't broken. Yes, I'm tired and broke, but I ain't broken. Well, I'm tired and broke, but I ain't broken. I ain't broken.
Yay!
Now,
clap,
if that
clap,
ain't
clap,
if
clap.
that ain't country, nothing is country.
It's like Southern
Boy, oh
soul.
boy, that was almost like up in the Ozark Mountains. I loved it. I thought I was up,
Oh, thank you.
way up. Yeah, it sounds like something Ozarky to me. Anyway, yeah, I'm
Yeah.
from Brooklyn. Anything out of Brooklyn sounds Ozark. That's really good. I love the title. It's a good song.
Well,
I'd like
thank
to
you.
hear that with instrumental behind it. Probably fabulous.
I'll send you a copy. We will.
Yeah. Well, maybe do we have time to play his other one?
Oh, we can play it.
Yeah, let's
man.
play the other one that we have with instrumental. The
Oh no,
tape
it's not.
one.
It's just him playing the guitar, but it's a video.
Oh well,
This is I just liked it a lot because it was so beautiful. And you have one thing I say, and we'll play it in a minute. One thing I want to say is like you have a very distinctive, voice. Like other people don't sound like you.
No, I thought he sounded like Willie Nelson.
Oh no, I don't think he sounds like.
Well,
Willie
to me,
Nelson.
I have a Brooklyn ear, but he
Yeah.
sounded like Willie Nelson. Actually better than Willie Nelson because his voice was more gravel than Willie's. You have to have a gravel voice to sing country. Like Dolly, even Dolly Parton has a woman's gravel voice.
Let me brag a little for you guys. So Jay Edwards, you guys, he's shared the stage or opened for John Schneider. That's how actually we met. John Schneider's publicist. Hey Barry, let's say hi to Barry.
Oh yeah. Hey.
He's also open for shared the stage with Leon Russell, Martha Reeves, the Marshall Tucker, Aaron Lewis, who I actually used to know him. Aaron Lewis and Blackberry Smoke. So like I think it's very cool. You got 2 latest albums out, Cold and Average Guy. And I heard that Meatloaf is a fan. I read in an article that Meatloaf is a fan of yours, and I love Meatloaf.
Oh, cool. Yeah, look, I've got a really cool friend named Sean Murphy. You may have heard of her. She played and sang with everybody from Eric Clapton to Bruce Hornsby. She was and still is Bob
Oh no, he froze.
Seger's
again.
original back without her.
Oh,
And
okay.
she was in the. Oh, am I back?
Yeah, you're back.
Well, Sean Murphy was back. Okay, Sean Murphy was originally in the play Hair with Meatloaf,
Oh, cool.
and then Sean and Meatloaf were signed to Motown, and they did a thing called Duets with Stoney and Meatloaf, and she was Stoney, and of course
Well,
Meatloaf.
Meatloaf is Meatloaf. Yes.
That had to be a goodie.
I love it. Actually, too, Barry joined us
Yeah,
in the chat
Nashville.
room. Barry's in our chat room,
Yeah.
so say hey Barry, and
Hey,
and,
Barry.
and Dawn in the chat room wrote my husband
Hey,
built.
Barry.
She wrote she wrote my husband built Buck Owens Crystal Palace, which I don't have any idea what that means.
Yeah, but sure enough, just the other night, Meatloaf ended up in a place, and we were hanging out with Sean Murphy, and she said, "Come here and meet Meat. I want you to meet Meat." And I thought that was funny, but
Yeah, well, meat. Yeah, that could be very interpreted incorrectly.
yeah. So I went over, and he said, "Oh, you're the guy we've been listening to." He said, "Man, I love your songs, and we're going in the
Froze again. Darn it.
studio." Maybe I was like, "Yeah, you got my number."
You know what
I
my
think our
favorite
name's Trisha.
country song is? You want to hear it? When I was a kid, 16 years old, it came out on the hit parade. I go out walking after midnight.
After midnight.
I love that. And what's her name used to sing it, and I love that song. The lady, what was her name? That sang
Patsy
it?
Cline.
Patsy Cline, absolutely. That was back in 1956. Way
Oh,
back
cool.
when I was a young boy. Yeah, that song still holds up, you know. Somebody should do a cover on it.
Absolutely.
It's great lyrics.
Yeah, I
Why
think it's
don't you
been
do it?
covered a few times.
Yeah, but
Yeah,
why
sure
don't you
have.
do a cover on it? No, I mean, bring it up to date. It's old covers, not new. You should do a cover on it and bring it out. Let all the young people hear a good lyric for a change.
Well, he probably thinks his songs are good lyrics because we love this
No, but
first
that
one.
song has very. You know the lyrics. to that
But you
song?
know that real artists only people who do covers are people who can't really write their own shit.
Oh, I
Yeah.
know. Oh,
You know-
Johnny, look, Johnny Mathis. Oh, he doesn't write.
Oh,
Yeah. Johnny doesn't write. Johnny
it's different too.
Mathis,
Johnny Mathis has already sold 300
Yeah.
million records.
Well,
so if he
he
does a cover,
sings.
it's different.
He sings. He doesn't write.
That's right.
Yeah.
I love it. So what we're gonna do then, real quick, I want to play. So I have if you ain't leaving me, and I listened to all your videos on YouTube, and this is one that I just liked a lot. And it's kind of new. It hasn't been up there very long, but I just thought it was really cool. So how about you introduce it for us real quick, and then Roxy, you play it for everybody. All right, go for it, Jay.
Cool. This is an old song, and we just brought it back here recently and did a new recording on it, and then sat down and did the video and rocked it out. I love it. I think it's awesome.
Go, Roxy.
All right, 2, 3, 4. If you ain't leaving me, why am I missing you? Keep searching for things we once had. If you ain't leaving me, why am I missing you? Talking about good times, you keep bringing up sad. I know you love me, I believe it's true. But if it's over, baby, just say we're through. If you ain't leaving me, why am I missing you? And why do I feel so bad? Please forgive me any wrong I may have done.
Though you said you'd stay through the pain and through the fall, I hear you saying that you're here to stay. I hear you talking, but I'm watching you walk away. If you ain't leaving me, why am I missing you? Keep searching for the things we once had. If you ain't leaving me, why am I missing you? Talking about good times, you keep bringing up sad. I know you love me and I believe it's true, but if it's over, baby, just say we're through. If you ain't leaving me, why am I missing you? Why do I feel so bad? You couldn't hurt me anymore if you let me go. So turn me loose, baby, leave me alone. You tried and tried to make it work for so long. You say you're with me, but you're already gone. If you ain't leaving me, why am I missing you? Keep searching for the things we once had. If you ain't leaving me, why am I missing you? I'm talking about good times, you keep bringing up sad. You made your promise, said you'd be true, but I can't bear your sad eyes, so I'm walking away from you. And if you ain't missing me, now that I'm leaving you, maybe it was love gone bad. I know you love me, and I believe it's true. But if this is over, baby, just say we're through. If you ain't leaving me, why am I missing you? And why do I feel so bad?
Yay! I freaking love that song. First of all, I have to
Okay.
tell you,
thank
I
you.
think that song is amazing.
As everyone that knows me knows, I'm not a fan of country music. But I'm not really. But I love that song. That's a beautiful song. I like it. I don't lie. If I didn't like it, I simply would have said nothing. It's really a good song. And what a difference when the guitar is loud and we heard it in the video, as opposed to here, that we could hardly hear it. It's a good song, good lyrics. You have a great
And
voice.
you have a great voice.
You really have a good voice, really and
And
truly.
I think that for me, because like I like some country music and I don't like all country music, but I think the country artists who actually can tell a story that you get the story when they're
Right.
singing it are the ones who I think are really good. And you really know how to tell the story when you sing the song.
You know who I don't like? The shit kickers. When I hear that's what they called. No, that's what they called them in Texas. They're
Right.
called shit
Right.
kickers. And they say that they annoy me with that same crap. Yours is music. Yours is not shit kicking. It's
Well,
music.
thank you so much, Mr. Ron.
No,
I
it's true.
appreciate it.
No, it's true. I would never. I don't need to flatter you. You know better. No,
I think I was
seriously.
wearing the same shirt in that video. I think I was.
Oh, I don't even know. Oh, you
See?
might have been. So what does the J stand for in J Edwards?
Oh man, I got about 100 stories I'll tell you on that one. So
Tell us
one of them was
one.
my mama had 13 kids and I'm the 10th. She just said, call this one J. 10th letter of the alphabet. It's a bunch of
Oh,
junk.
They're-
A, B,
they're
C, D, E, F, G,
13
H, I, J. You're right.
kids.
It's the 10th letter of the alphabet.
She was
That's
busy.
a
They
lie.
call-
I'm just
But
lying to you.
that's a funny one though. That's funny though. So it sounds good.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh my! I love that.
So where are all the 13 children still around?
There's not. There's only 3 of us.
Oh, he made that up.
Oh, see,
I made that
You
up.
fuck, see, and we believed you.
we believe you. I was going to say you a poor mother that you ever get out of bed.
Yeah. Yeah. No, she's there. Yeah, I shouldn't be telling lies like that on her. She only had 3 of us.
It was
Okay.
a joke. It wasn't a lie.
So now,
It
are
was a
your
joke.
brothers and
Joke.
or whoever are your other siblings? Are they in music also?
They are amazing. My mom and dad are amazing singers and musicians, and my sister is in Little Rock. My brother's in Little Rock, Arkansas, and both of them have gone down some different roads, but they're amazing and talented artists and singers. My brother leads worship at one of the major churches there in Little Rock, and yeah, he plays a little bit of everything, but they're all amazing.
So how many instruments do you play?
I play at tons of them. Growing up in church, and you just had to fill in wherever you were needed. So one night I could be playing drums, one night I could be playing bass guitar, and I played trumpet. Played my brother had a saxophone, and I learned to play some on that. My sister had a clarinet. I had to learn a little bit of playing on that. There was always a tambourine or an old flat top guitar to strum on. So
Do you play all the guitar? Like, do you play bass guitar and
I
you
do.
play? I know you play acoustic because we just saw it.
Well, I play cards.
Okay.
That's it. That's it. That's all I play are cards.
Yeah. Yeah.
I wish I
Well,
played the
you
piano.
can make some noise with that.
No,
Yeah.
but really, I wish
We're-
I played the piano.
He said you can make noise with cards.
Oh yeah, we do it. We
Oh,
play
yeah.
every Monday with my daughters, and we make a lot of noise. Yeah.
But he means musical noise.
Oh yeah. Yeah, you could. You
We,
could make noise. Hey, what about spoons? Years ago, there was
Yeah.
this famous guy in the 1940s who was in the movies, and he played with soup spoons on his
Yep.
leg.
Yep.
Remember that?
Yep.
You're too young to remember that, but I remember that.
Oh no, I've known people playing spoons a long
Yeah,
time. It's
spoons,
they used
yeah.
to carry them around. We actually had a guy that when I was living in South Carolina, he'd come up to show and say, "Hey man, I brought my spoons tonight. You gonna let me play some?"
Yeah, and they really were fascinating to listen to
Fun.
because they did make music or glasses. They would get 7 or 8 glasses, fill them with water appropriately, and play on the glasses, and you could hear the music like they were. It was like a xylophone.
Right.
So now,
were-
are you? Oh, go ahead.
Can
go
you
ahead.
play a xylophone?
I can't play a xylophone. That's one thing. It's kind of set up like a piano, but I don't sound that good
Right.
at it. I can't really do that. But we were here yesterday around the studio working, and somebody started talking about my pencil box, and there was like, what's that? And I was like, oh, just check this out. And it's actually just a little cardboard box that holds 12 pencils, and if you take 6 of them out, you get this kind of like a rattling sound that you can shake, and it's bigger and thicker than maracas, so it's just kind of got
Oh,
this
that's
really cool
cool.
Well,
sound.
when I
Yeah.
was a kid, there were cigar boxes. If anybody had a cigar box, we took it and we strung rubber bands across it, and
Mhm.
that was our guitar as a kid. Of course, it didn't sound like anything, but we thought we were Elvis Presley.
Exactly.
So you have a new album coming out in February. I read someplace.
Hopefully, we'll have it finished and ready by February. It's got 17 songs on it, and being independent, I can put out as much as I want when I want. And so
Absolutely.
Now, how about a little personal stuff? You're married, you have kids.
I am married. I have 2 kids, and between us, my wife and I, we have 4, and we just have a brand new grandbaby that's
Oh,
5 months old.
congratulations.
Are any of your
Congratulations.
children headed for music?
I have a daughter that lives here in Nashville named Cricket Davis, and she is amazing.
She sings.
Yes, sir. Sings and plays ukulele, which
Oh,
can't
That's
cool.
stand
interesting.
I can't
I know he just froze.
stand ukulele, but it's pretty amazing. So
That's funny though. That little girl won America's Got Talent playing a ukulele
Right.
a couple years ago, and now she's like a big star. I forgot her name, but which is kind of cool. Okay, so one of your kids is following your footsteps.
right. Both of my daughters actually play music and sing, but one of them is the only
Making
one
a
pursuing it.
career. Okay, and are you in like is that like your home recording studio that you're sitting in? Do you record stuff in your house? I think he froze again. Oh, there we
Studio,
go.
yeah, in my house, and so sorry about that, guys. And I thought we had it all worked out, but
No,
yeah,
no,
this
no.
is
It's just sometimes it weakens and then it gets strong. It
okay.
could be it's not our stuff, right, Jim?
No.
He's freezing on your end.
Actually, Don too in the chat room is saying stay with the honest Amish stuff and your beard will be super like long and healthy.
Yeah, they're
When
good friends of mine. Really cool guys.
When we
Okay.
lived in Pennsylvania, we used
Okay.
to go. Yeah, we used to go to a town because there was a store there that sold clothes real cheap, and it was Amish. And I was fascinated how they had their little black horse and wagons with electrified air conditioning in it and signal lights. And at night, all the homes were dark or candle lit. They didn't use electric, and they really stick to the fact that they're not using anything that we use. And the young people, it was interesting. I used to love watching the Amish people,
I had never seen it before, so I'm from Florida. In Florida,
Right.
like we don't have that.
but I had, and it was interesting.
It was like a lot of fun. So you guys can follow Jay Edwards on Instagram. He's at J, the letter J, Edwards _music, and his website is jedwardsmusic.net. And
I have jedwardsmusic.com now too. So if they just go
okay.
to jedwardsmusic.net or .com, and it'll come right to me.
Oh, that was good to get both. It's funny because when I first saw your thing, like I saw J Edward, and that's like Jedward, and Jedward is like these famous twins. I don't know if you know this.
I cannot believe you know who they are.
We've met them they're at parties here all the time,
all
so
the
we see
time.
them all the time. And
Oh,
so
no.
We get around, kiddo. We get around.
so when I first saw it, I
Nuts.
thought Jedward. I was like, oh my God, there's two Jedwards, but I didn't get that it was J Edward.
No.
And so yeah, they're really cool. Those guys.
So
Those twins.
you know of them also. How do you
I
know
know
them?
of them.
Yes.
Oh, you've never met them.
Well, I never did, because I have some friends in England, and they were like, man, when you come over here to play, you're going to have to do something different with your name, because there's these guys named Jedwards, and that's not you. So
They're really popular, and they hang out with Tara Reid a lot, and we just
Yeah.
happen to go to
Yeah.
a lot of events that they're always there. And I've actually
Always.
met them and talked to them. They're really nice. They're nice
Mhm.
kids.
Nice kids is right. You have a
which
lot
makes
of
it a lot of
pictures
fun.
with them. Remember you took
Yeah, I took a bunch of pictures with them just because I was like, oh my God, they have like wicked like loyal fans. I mean, there's websites devoted just to them, and I was like, oh my gosh, I don't know how that
Right.
even like happens.
They were
but
very nice, clean cut young kids.
yeah, they were like nice,
Very,
but they
very-
drank a lot.
Well, no, but they were not like
No, they were
they
fun.
were not like bad kids. They were
No, they were fun.
they were good boys.
They were good. So
Yeah.
so let's do a wish thing. So like if you could like go and play with anybody living or dead, who's somebody who you think, oh my God, I would like love to go and perform with this person?
the list goes on and on.
Give me two.
But I give Bruce Willis. I mean, that may be weird, but Bruce Willis is one of them, and I just love to hang out with him and play some stuff.
See, I'd like to do that with Kevin Costner because like I love Kevin Costner.
How about Elvis Presley? Would you ever like to have played with Elvis?
I
I never
love
liked
Elvis.
him. I never liked
okay.
Elvis.
I'll go with you on that, Mr. Ron. I'm kind of the same way. It's
Yeah, me too.
Elvis was too Hollywood.
Yeah, it was cool, but it probably not my favorite.
No, he was more rock and roll than country.
Yeah, Joe Cocker would have been on
That's
my
a good
list.
choice, Joe.
Joe Cocker's a good one.
How about Country Joe and the Fish?
Nah, I don't know that one. So
Oh, you don't know Country Joe? Country Joe was like you. That's why I liked his music. Country Joe was big in the 70s, and he used to sing sort of the stuff that you do. Yeah.
Yeah, Country Joe was. I don't know who that is either, but Ron. Anytime we have a country person or someone who's been in the music business for a long time,
Country
he likes
Joe.
it.
Joe sounded like this guy does with the gravelly voice, and his songs were really interesting, and his arrangements were good. People out there, if you want to look him up, look him up. His music is online somewhere. I don't think he's with us anymore because he would be quite old, but yeah, Country Joe and the Fish, they were good.
Oh, that's cool.
Mm-hmm.
I love
that
it.
was back in my hippie days.
So
everybody was a
you mentioned.
hippie.
Go ahead.
Costner, I think I like his modern West stuff. I really like the band sound, but I would love to write songs for Kevin Costner.
Yeah, wouldn't that be cool?
West.
Yeah, I would too.
Well, you write well. Maybe you will.
I hope so.
Actually, I don't care about. I just want to meet him actually because I think he's cool. So it would be a lot of fun. So we got a minute left to go. So you guys follow.
In a minute, what do you wish for in the new year?
Yeah, what's New Year's resolution?
No, what is your wish?
To be doing what we're doing, but just on a way bigger scale. We really need to get out there and reach more people.
Good for you.
I think you need to too because I think the music's great. Everybody in the chat room loves it. You guys, he's gonna have a new album sometime in February. If you go to jedwardsmusic.com or music.net, you can find out more about it. And his music's. I'm sure you're on all the streaming platforms too. I'm sure, right?
All of them. Yep.
He's on all the streaming platforms, you guys, and he's got a ton of videos on YouTube. That's how I pulled that video for If You Ain't Leaving Me. And we loved it. So we want to thank you for coming on the show. We want to thank Barry for setting this whole thing up. And we wish you a happy new year and much success in all that you do.
Thank you, guys. Thank you, guys. You're awesome.
All right. Have a good one.
Bye-bye.
All right, everybody. That was Jay Edwards, superstar. We want to thank everybody for tuning in today with our fabulous guests, Richie Rich and Mr. D. And then Jay Edwards, Nashville's best kept music secret. It's all fun. Chat room. I hope you guys had a good time. So happy to see Twyla and Courtney and everybody in there, and Diane along with our regulars. Don, we hope you feel better. And who's in there? B's in there. I don't know. Everybody who's in the chat room, you guys. Backpack John is in there. I don't know. It's going nobody's writing anything, so I don't know who was all in there, but
it's coming up on the screen.
But you guys, thank you so much. Twyla too. I want to tell everybody, Twyla, who's in our chat room, been in our chat room for a couple of weeks. Angela introduced us and met her in person on New Year's Eve. One of the coolest ladies you will ever meet in your life. So Twyla, thank you so much for all your support and everybody in the chat room. Thank you so much, and we'll see you guys next week. Bye, everybody.
Week. Stay safe. Stay healthy. Stay happy.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Can turn out to be so wrong. Yeah, we in the mix. Yeah, we in the mix. It's another episode. Here we go. The Jimmy Star Show with Ron Russell. Interviewing the hottest, newest, and truest up to date celebrities. Make sure to subscribe so you can get notified weekly. Jimmy Star, he's the king of cool. Ron Russell, he's a gorgeous dude. Chat room is live and you would be a fool not to vibe with us at the Jimmy Star Show with Ron Russell. So come watch it live on W4CY Radio. Miss some past episodes? Download on iTunes. The Jimmy Star Show with Ron Russell. It's the Jimmy Star Show with Ron Russell.